Bunny ear cactus is one of the most easiest to grow plants, and if you keep some simple things in mind, this plant can grow really fast. In this video, we will talk all about bunny ear cactus care, including its favorite location, best fertilizer, soil requirements, the best watering technique, and much more. So keep watching and do subscribe to our channel. Bunny ear cactus is a low maintenance permanent plant. As the name indicates, its thick leaves looks like the ears of a bunny. This plant is native to Mexican deserts and a very common indoor and outdoor plant. Bunny cactus also produces flowers, but mostly in ground. Their plants can grow up to 2 feet high and it's not poisonous at all. Oppositely, they are edible. Just look at this photo. This is the fruit of a bunny ear cactus and it's used in many recipes. Their leaves have small spikes and they can cause little irritation if touched. So be careful. As we know, bunny cactus is an easy to grow plant, but growing it in the right season is still very important. Bunny cactus is a desert area plant with extremely high temperature ranges, and in the same way, growing it in such an environment can help it grow really well. Its season of growth starts as the temperature starts to warm up in springs, and in the hot days of summers, bunny cactus is on its peak level of growth. And after that, as the temperature starts to drop in early winters, it also gradually stops its growth and became a little dormant. If you are growing this plant in a hot climate area, winter wouldn't affect its growth, but in colder areas, you need to move them in some shade or indoors. Another important thing in bunny cactus care is the size of pot. It majorly depends on the age of the plant. For an older and mature plant, 10 to 12 inches pot can work well, but for a younger plant, 4 to 6 inches of pot is more than enough. This is because it's a cactus and by nature a slow grower. They also doesn't produce so many roots like other houseplants. So here you can choose a clay pot to prevent any chance of overwatering, because as a beginner, plastic pot can be a bad choice for you. Some of the good cacti pots are added in the description box to buy. Another important thing to consider for bunny ear cactus is its soil medium. Bunny cactus is a drought tolerant plant and that's why you need to provide them a very well draining soil mix. If you overwater them once, it can go really bad, so choose a very well draining and fertile soil mix for them. Water blocking medium can cause rotting of its leaves and a very dull growth. So make sure your soil mix is draining out the extra moisture properly. You can buy a perfect mixture from the description box link. Otherwise, a video is also added there to show you some simple homemade soil recipes for such cacti and succulents. Must check that out. For correctly watering bunny cactus, you need to remember it's a desert area plant and like dryness. Controlled watering once a week can work well if your soil mix is well draining. Bunny ear cactus store moisture inside their leaves and that's why they can survive without moisture for weeks very easily. So don't panic and let the soil to dry out completely and then add some moisture. If the soil mix is good, watering doesn't matter much. So first use the soil mixes added in the description box. Another important thing in bunny ear cactus care is its location. As we know, it's a desert area plant, that's why sunlight is extremely important. Putting it in a shade can result such type of yellowing leaves, so make sure you are providing it at least a few hours of direct sunlight, and more than that it will be even better. If you haven't so much sun, then keep it in a fully bright area. In the hot sunny days, their leaves may turn a little reddish. That is a totally normal thing, so don't worry. Another important thing in bunny ear cactus care is its nutritional need. Bunny ear cactus is a hardy and easy to grow plant and it wouldn't show you any signs of nutritional deficiency. But it requires a high dose slow release fertilizer at least once a month. Otherwise the growth will be slow and the size of the leaves will be smaller as well. So make sure you are adding a powerful fertilizer once a month. You can also use this homemade fertilizer. Detailed guide on making and applying this cacti food is added in the description box. Must check it out. But if you are expecting blooms and fruit out of bunny cactus, then try to put them in ground first and let them grow at least an year. As far as you follow up this guide, most of the problems wouldn't appear on your bunny cactus. But rotting of its leaves is its common problem, so focus on proper watering and a good soil mix. It's a cactus, but mealybugs can be a problem for them. They are rare in bunny cactus, but if appeared, you can use Neem spray. Complete video is in the description box. The wrinkled and shrinked leaves can also appear, but this happens when the leaf is internally disconnected with the plant. Here you can simply use this part of the plant to propagate it. That is super easy. A video is linked here to show you a step-by-step technique of bunny ear cactus propagation.